1,000. Wow, 40 minutes.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Please, if you can
Yes,
hear
I
me,
can.
okay, you're welcome.
Thank you,
So
sir.
let's wait for one or two more persons to join. Okay. Okay. So please, if you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me, please. Can everyone hear me? Please.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Fantastic. We are welcome to tonight's midweek briefing. I believe we all had a wonderful day. So tonight, without wasting uh, precious time, I want to show us uh, how to um, do what is called uh, health presentations. So, because our focus this month is to focus on one-on-one organizations like schools, churches, banks, police stations, uh, taxi parks, and associations in our environment. So, this is how to present free health talk. All right. So, before you do free health talk, you need to first go out to see presentations. And how do you see presentations? You actually go out to organizations, okay? And in those organizations, you, if you are going to a police station, you look for the training officer, if you are going to the bank, you look for the business manager or the manager of the bank. If you are going to the school, you look for the headmistress or the proprietress or the proprietor of the school. If you are going to the church, you look for the pastor of the church. If you are going to maybe a taxi park, you look for the chairman of the taxi park. Basically, what you do is you look for the person who is in charge to speak with. And what you do is when you get there, you introduce yourself, mention your name, and we have our own name. Like my own company is called Winning Channels Resources Limited. Winning Channels Resources Limited. So we'll tell them that we are from Winning Channels Resources Limited and we are working in conjunction with WHO. We are certified nutritionists. And what we do is we go around the environment for the next 2 weeks to sensitize them about their health, and that you want to do stress management, educate them about stress management, and it's going to take just between 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And after which, everyone who is interested, we go through what we call a 40 body medical check, okay? So that way, if you're going to the bank, I will send you the format you're going to use to secure a bank presentation. Okay. So that is that. So when you now get the presentation, they will give you a date. They will give you a date, and on that date, you will go with your team with a laptop and a quantum machine. All right. And you make sure that you arrive at the venue at least 15 to 20 minutes before time. All right. To settle down. Okay. And this is what you do. When it's time for you to speak, you need to appreciate the management for giving you the opportunity to talk to them about their free health. Okay. And after appreciating them, you mention your name and the company you are from, that you define good health. Good health is not the absence of sickness or disease, but the ability of the individual to manage their spiritual, physical, emotional, and financial stress without affecting the overall contribution to the overall economy of their immediate family, the community they belong to, and the country at large. And then you start by explaining to them what is code red. And code red is an acronym, all right, that stands for blood. Red stands for blood, but rest is, R stands for rest. So we need to rest 8 hours every day, 6 hours at night, and 2 hours siesta during the day. You now ask them, when was the last time that you observed 2 hours siesta in the day? That is how people accumulate stress. 2, E stands for exercise. WHO asks us to exercise 30 minutes every day, and research reveals that those who exercise 30 minutes every day, they have the chance of living longer than people who do not exercise every day. For instance, somebody who is obese, all right, but is disciplined enough to exercise 30 minutes every day will live longer than somebody whose BMI is normal but does not exercise every day. Now, the best form of exercise is swimming, all right? And for married people, another best form of exercise is early morning sex, only for married people. Why? Because it helps to manage stress. Then you go to the last one, which is diet, okay? Diet means balanced diet, okay? Now, rest takes 10% of a lifespan. Exercise also take 10%. And diet is balanced diet. We all know that we are taught in school that we should take 7 classes of food, all right, which is balanced diet. And this word diet is the 4-letter word. If you remove the last T, what you have is die. So what happens is that most of us, we eat on a daily basis. Instead of living to live, instead of eating to live, we are eating to die. All right? Because what we are eating is not balanced. And this balanced diet takes 80% of our lifespan. So if you are going to write an exam and they told you that you have 3 questions, first question is 10 marks, second question is 10 marks, the last one is 80 marks. Which of these questions are you going to pay more attention to for you to pass the exam? All right? It is obvious. The answer is diet. So that is why we need to pay attention to what we eat. And that's what's going to lead us to what WHO calls wellness pyramid. So in this wellness pyramid, okay, this is the healthy food pyramid of what we eat on a daily basis. So you have fat and sugar, 5%, what we're supposed to take on a daily basis. Then fat and sugar is majorly carbohydrates, protein, 15%, fruit and vegetables, 30%, whole grains, 50%. And so if we eat this way, we'll have healthy cells. Underneath this pyramid, we're supposed to exercise our body 30 minutes every day. All right. Anybody that eats this way will have an healthy cells that leads to a healthy body. Why? Because if you look at this diagram, okay, if you look at this diagram, you discover that the nutrient from the food that we eat, okay, goes into the cells because these cells is round, okay? It means that it's permeable, okay? It allows nutrient to go in and then waste to go out easily. This is the way that is recommended for us to eat generally, all right? So now anybody who is living this will be vibrant, okay? The cells will be healthy. They will hardly fall sick. They don't fall sick because they have a healthy body, right? So you have the second type of pyramid, which is called the typical wellness pyramid. When we say typical, it is the way everybody generally eats around the world. So you have on healthy food pyramids. So fat and sugar, which is carbohydrates, takes 85%. Okay, this is normal 50%, but we all know that it's more than 50%. Okay, protein, all right, is now 30%, and fruit and vegetable 15%, whole grain 5%. Don't mind this percentage. Fat and sugar 50%, protein 30%, fruit and vegetable 15%, and whole grain 5 or less than 5%. And if we eat this way, it's going to lead to unhealthy cells. Unhealthy cell. And unhealthy cells leads to unhealthy body. Okay, as written here. Why? Because the food we are eating does not contain nutrients. Okay, it's majorly carbohydrates. And what happens is that the cell is not permeable. Okay, the cell is not permeable. Okay, it's not permeable. So, look at this. This arrow, once it hits the cell, is bounced back. The one that goes into the cells hardly goes out. Okay, that's what leads to what is called constipation. Okay, and because this cell is hard, it's not permeable, it doesn't allow nutrients to go into the cells, and that leads to unhealthy cells, that leads to unhealthy body. Okay, so these people here, when they eat this way, all right, they generally calm down what's called constipation, indigestion, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, stroke, and the rest like that. Okay, because the cells, they are unhealthy. All right, so now you look at what I said. The outcome of eating wrongly leads to these sicknesses: constipation, indigestion, diabetes, cancer, high blood pressure, stroke, and the rest like that. Now, what is diabetes? Okay, sure, diabetes is like having traffic jam in your body. Normally, your body gets energy from food, just like cars moving smoothly on the road. But when someone has diabetes, it's like someone's car or sugar gets stuck and can't move into the cells to give energy. So the sugar stays in the blood, causing problems. Just like how traffic jam slows down cars, diabetes can slow down your body's ability to work properly. All right. So when you come to this, you discover that, look at diabetes, you see it's red. Okay. It's supposed to be normal or low. When it's showing you high, all right. So that is diabetes. And diabetes has two types, type 1 and type 2. All right. So when you talk about how to manage diabetes, okay, you can see here, it's supposed to be normal, but you have too much sugar in the body. The solution to this is pro-vitality. All right. And then looking at this now, what health problem does this cause? Number one, you pee a lot, often at night. You feel very thirsty. Lose weight without trying. Okay? You get hungry. Have blurry sight. Have, okay, tingling hands or feet. Feel very tired. Having very dry skin. Those are the symptoms of diabetes. So, NeoLife solution for diabetes mellitus is fiber tablets and botanical health balance. All right. So, what you need to do to round up this presentation is to ask them, do you eat this way or this way? If they told you sincerely that they eat this way, then you can now discuss the effects of eating this way. Take cancer, for instance, explain cancer, okay? Breast cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer, and give them NeoLife solution. So if you want to discuss stress management, you focus on stress management, and then you discuss that also with your audience. And once you show them this, then you now ask them the reason you cannot know some of these things. Okay, you ask them a question, practical example. As you are listening to me this morning or this evening, all right, can you tell me how thick or thin your blood is? Number one. Number two, can you tell me how your kidney, okay, is functioning properly, or your liver, or your heart? And we all know that if the heart stops working, that will be the end. When was the last time that you serviced your heart? And that's why it's very important for you to make yourself available to do this general body check. We're not collecting blood, okay? We'll just do a 5 minutes body scan, okay? So once we scan your body, we'll be able to analyze and tell you what you need to eat and what you should stay away from. And this is not free. It just comes at a token. And once they ask you for the price, you determine the price based on the environment that you find yourself. So now this is basically how to do free health talk. The only thing that you need to add to this is you pick one or two of those ailments, okay? All right, you pick one or two of them, okay? Either diabetes or cancer or high blood pressure or stroke, okay? You speak on them extensively and tell them the solution using NeoLife products. That is how to do free health talk anywhere you find yourself, whether in schools, in churches, in banks, taxi parks, or anywhere at all, or you are doing one-on-one. That is how to do free health talk. And that's what I want to share with you tonight because we have started another month. Okay. And at the end of this month is when we are rounding up this 90-day challenge. Okay. So for those of us who are on the call, I want us to make sure that we focus on what we need to do. All right. You get registered and visit the company. All right. And begin to work your business. All right. And you have every support that you need to get. Now, we don't need to wait till the end of the month. The month has started, new month has started today. All right. So today, till next week, we have the opportunity to go out and see presentation. If you need any support to see presentation, chat me up on WhatsApp. I will connect you to people that can support you so that you can see those presentations. And if you need any question, I can give you answers and guide you on what to do. But our time has started ticking now. So we need to write down our goals, okay, which is 250 PV. All right. If it's 250 PV, how do we get it? Is by sealing presentation. If you can seal, go to like 10 to 20 places. At least you're going to get like 4 or 5 presentations this month. And those 5 presentations that you have secured can give you those 250 PV. All right. And that's how you can get your 250 PV. All right. That is how you can secure it. So all you need is time to go and see that presentation. Okay. So that is that. What I want to share with us tonight is we need to have a sense of urgency. All right. We need to have a sense of urgency. There is no time to waste time. All right. The only time that we have is today. We don't have tomorrow. January is gone. February is gone. We'll never see it again. Okay. Yesterday is gone. We'll never see it again. The remaining hours of today is what we have. All right. And tomorrow is not ours. We're not there yet. It's what we put in today that will determine if tomorrow will be better than today. All right. The money we have to spend tomorrow is today we will have to work for it. That's why I'm doing this, teaching us how to do this presentation. All of us have the capacity to do it. All we need to do is just believe in ourselves. Okay. The money is waiting on the table for us to pick, but we need to give value. So this video will be posted on YouTube. We can go back and watch it and then practice it over and over. I shared with us this morning that we need to, yesterday, that we need to embrace practice. Okay. And the difference between those who practice and those who do not practice is that 2 things will happen. Those who embrace practice, they will separate themselves from those who do not. Okay. Number 2, those who practice will cultivate and develop a winning mindset. And the harder you work, okay, the harder we work on ourselves by attending training, all right, the better we become. The harder we work on ourselves attending training, practicing what we have learned, the better we're going to become. Okay, that's why in NeoLife, we emphasize 4 things. Use the product, share the opportunity, attending training unconditionally. It's by attending training and by practicing what we have learned that will become better. That is why you discover that those people who do not attend training, who are giving excuses, okay, they will find it very difficult, all right, to understand how to run this business. Okay. So, and I don't need to hide anything away from every one of us who is on the call. All right. This is a business. They call it independent NeoLife distributor. Okay. Meaning that you are independent. I'm independent. All right. So you need to wake up. You need to take the steering of your own business. You need to be up and doing. If you want to do this business part-time, all right, the time after work that you have, there are people who are working this business at night. Okay, they are working this business only at night. During the day, they go to their normal work, but at night, that's when they work their business. Okay, if you are putting those hours at night to work your business, okay, those small steps you are taking over time is going to lead to results. That is why it's very important for us to plug ourselves to training and to understand how to do free head talk, either one-on-one or to groups. Wherever we find ourselves, we can begin to identify the opportunities and begin to collect the money. So, and we also need to learn how to share the opportunity. So next week, we're going to, God's willing, God's sparing our lives, I'm going to do how to share the opportunity, teach us how to share the opportunity so that we can learn how to do it. Okay, because this business is about registering people, sponsoring people, and duplication. Registering people, sponsoring people, and duplication. What is sponsor? What is registration? You process somebody, the person gets to the company and sign up. That's the beginning. It's like salvation. When you are saved, you are the entrance of the church. When you enter into the body of Christ is when you begin to attend teachings, you are discipled, you are teachable, you are coachable, and then you are mature spiritually. That's when you have entered into the body of Christ. The same thing with NeoLife. When you register, you have entered at the door. But when you are sponsored, when you are open to training, you are coachable, you are teachable, and you have self-discipline. All right. Your sponsor or your upline will teach you everything they know about the business. And once you understand everything about the business, you will begin to produce after your own kind. That's something that we used to say in our local business. If you copy nonsense, you will duplicate nonsense. And when you duplicate nonsense, nonsense will be happening in the business. So that is why we all need to be up and doing. We should be up and doing so that we learn the correct thing and also teach others the correct things. So that wherever people that we mentor, people that we sponsor are, all right, people will identify them that they know what they are doing and they are teaching themselves, they themselves are correct, and they are teaching others the correct thing and are doing the correct thing. That's what distinguishes Hafiz Tijani from every other person that is building NeoLife business. That young man, as young as he is, he has discipline. This year he's going to turn 40 years old. Can you imagine? But he has the maturity of somebody who's 100 years old. And that is what he's teaching his people. All right? The life of discipline, duplication. And that's why everybody rallied around. Yesterday, he produced one diamond director. Okay, in his business. That young man that became one diamond director is gifted 20 million naira. Okay, apart from the bonus that he made. And he always tells us, if you attend training, if you love training, you love success. If you hate training, you hate success. Okay, if you train, you will reign. All right. He always say that there is space at the top, but we need to discipline ourselves. And this is where I want to stop. Okay, I want to appreciate those of us who are on the call. All right, I'm going to upload this video, and I want us to watch it over and over and over again. Take a pencil or a pen, watch the diagram. All right, draw it. Okay, master it. Be able to say it in your own words. In fact, when you see your family friends, use them to do practice before you reach the real event. Use them to do practice. That way you're going to know your mistakes, where you need to improve. Okay? And as you are, because you're not competing against people, you are competing against yourself. Well, by the time you start practicing it, like I said, you begin to see that you get better, you improve. And that is how you become master and authority in this thing. And we all can do it. So that is what I want to share with us this evening. I also want us to also remember that every morning this month, we'll be having 10 minutes together between 8:30 in the morning to 8:40 on Zoom. All right. We'll be looking at different books and topics that's going to help us to achieve success. Today is 5th, so we have 25 days or 26, all right, to our final day. And on that final day, we are going to still have the kind of presentation we have with NeoLife, but this one in a bigger way. That will be for recruitment generally. So please, let's make sure that we work on our points. Let's work on recruiting people, and let's also work on coming for morning pep talk, all right? And then let's do our work on how to do our points. I don't know where your customer will come from, but I believe that if you call God and pray to God, God is going to direct somebody to you who is going to buy product from you. So I don't know if you have any question before we leave. If you have any question, please unmute yourself and let's hear the question.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I won't say it's a question that I have, Sha, but I wanted to ask if after you upload the video on YouTube, can you please send it on the group chat, like the link to the video on the group chat,
Okay,
so
I'll do that.
it will be easier for us to access it from there.
All right, I will do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? So if Mr. Lawali, please, after this call, chat me up on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir.
All right. So Grandma,
Yes, sir.
yes, I will share the video so that I can watch it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that is that for today. So we meet tomorrow morning by 8:30 by God's grace. And let's remind our team members to join. If you have any guest, if you have anybody, please share the link. It's the same link that we're going to use for tomorrow morning. This same link. So share it with them and remind them tomorrow morning to join the call. It's very important. Okay. Thank you very much. If there's another call, see you tomorrow by God's grace.
Is it morning or in afternoon or evening?
Is in Nigerian time is morning, 8:30 in the morning to 8:40, just 10 minutes. We just need to, get together, do some pep talk online before we set out for the day's job.
That will still be in the midnight in our place here.
Okay, okay. I don't know what that time will be, but I will check, and then I'll chat you up.
2
If you can.
a.m.
2 a.m.
Yes.
Wow. Can you make it, ma?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, no worry. So there's no problem. We also upload the charts so that we can watch it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So if there's no any other question, I think we can call it a day. Okay, so good night, everyone. My regards to your family. Bye.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Night. Yeah.
Night.